Review.
In space, no one can hear you scream. And when it comes to Salvation Prophecy, that might be a good thing. Hi there, it's Kevin Van Ord, standing in for reviewer Tyler Hicks to tell you about Salvation Prophecy. Salvation Prophecy tries to do a lot of things, from action-packed shooter scenes on alien planets, to high-octane space battles, to empire management. The game offers much diversity in its effort to offer everything under the suns, but Salvation Prophecy fails to deliver a satisfying experience in any individual endeavor. Early on, you're limited solely to fighting planetary battles in the manner of a third-person shooter. Although the infantry battles distinguish the game's different factions, from the high-damage focus of the drone unity to the more mystic feel of the Salvation, the early battles leave you feeling as though you're nothing more than a cog in the galactic machine of your empire. You don't feel as though you're greatly impacting the big, messy battles, which lack any kind of pacing or sense of structure. Rather, you simply strive to stay alive and shoot whatever the rest of your army is shooting. Your fellow fighters will do most of the work. As you level up and unlock more powerful weapons, planetary battles become a bit more engaging, if only because they offer a test bed for your new toys. However, the battles still lack any significant challenge, and the only threat of death comes from attempting to bite off more than you can chew and sprinting into a group of enemies.
Explosion, implosion, deplosion, megexplosion.
Salvation Prophecy hums along more smoothly when you rocket into space. Even moving throughout the vast expanse keeps your eyes locked on the screen, given how entering wormholes and activating your jump boosters initiates engaging minigames that jumpstart your heart rate before the impending battle. Battles over the assault or defense of space stations fill your view with laser blasts, forcing you to weave your way through as you take on enemy fleets. Battles lack epic dogfights, however, and mostly devolve into chasing down enemy ships one by one and finishing them off with a missile. Space battles tend to be as disorganized and random as ground battles, and the only real risk of death comes if you completely stop paying attention. If you want to channel your inner Spike Spiegel between assigned missions, you may also elect to take your ship out on a lone bounty hunt and put a stop to space pirates and their lackeys. These don't offer much contrast from regular space battles, but with no backup, you'll find yourself needing to be a little bit more careful. Once you've conquered both land and space to the fullest extent, you rise to the rank of commander of your faction, unlocking the ability to construct space stations and colonize planets, as well as to launch the missions to assault enemies yourself. The strategic element is too basic to be satisfying on its own, though. It always seems as though no progress is being made by your command missions, as enemies take back other colonies and destroy other space stations just as quickly as you conquer theirs, leaving the game to spiral into an interplanetary ring around the rosy with no end in sight. The game receives a huge spike in both difficulty and tension as the mostly absent narrative finally culminates as portals from another world rip open and aliens threaten to destroy friend and foe alike. This alien threat brings the most tense gameplay the game has to offer. Planetary battles feel as if you're defending from the bugs of Starship Troopers, and space action becomes a frantic race to seal the portals at their source. Ultimately, though, Salvation Prophecy does a whole lot, but yields too little. There's pleasure to be gained, but you must grind for a few too many hours before your time ever begins to feel worth the effort.